Though we do think of Memorial Day as a day for picnics and fun, it is first and foremost a day for remembering those Americans who fought and died in our wars. Cheryl Atkinson takes us now to a place where the visitors never forget.
From the day it was dedicated in 1982, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial touched the American people profoundly. So profoundly that it gave rise to a remarkable tradition. Every day, visitors to the wall leave behind mementos, messages, and remembrances. And every day, a park ranger carefully collects those remembrances, only to find more left in their place.
It's a very touching phenomenon. I'd never seen anything like it before.
Anthony Migliaccio headed the cleanup crew when the memorial was dedicated.
I recall photographs of men in uniform. I recall teddy bears. I recall letters from mothers and girlfriends, that type of thing from the first day. As far as what to do with it goes, I couldn't bring myself to dispose of it.
Soon there were thousands of articles, and the National Park Service decided it had a historic collection. Dog tags, medals, wedding rings, photographs, and the letters.
Mama says I'm just like you.
Stubborn, among other things.
I just found out about you. How could they hide you from me for so long?
By 1989, the Park Service needed help cataloging the growing inventory.
We get a lot of trifold flags.
Dury Felton volunteered. Today, he's the curator of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Collection.
The famous Ho Chi Minh sandals, what the GIs call the Ho Chi Minh sandals.
Floyd, you get one free throw.
Yeah, love sis. We have a crucifix and we have a prayer. So we have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photographs.
Felton is himself a Vietnam veteran and Purple Heart recipient.
And these are 5.56 or M16 shell casings.
And although he can identify many of the objects left at the wall,
1991, it's probably a grandson.
Their significance is sometimes a mystery.
Perhaps it was a political statement, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Some people might think it's disrespectful to leave cigarettes and liquor at the Vietnam Wall.
It was a fact of life. You have to understand, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, they were part of the sea rations.
Most of the offerings are anonymous, but at times, Felton can piece together stories, like the one behind an essay left at the wall by Nancy Kuhn, an art teacher at Glen Ridge High in New Jersey.
This is a picture of Tom.
It was written by one of her former students, Thomas Bonine.
As a 19-year-old, he enlisted and was sent to Vietnam immediately, was trained as a helicopter pilot, and that's where his story began and ended in Vietnam.
His essay is titled, "What Do You Consider Beauty?"
There's even beauty in death, so peaceful and calm, because death is just another beginning. I would think if you look long enough and hard enough, you could find some beauty in everything.
You have to learn to read, but not read, because this collection is uncensored, and in many instances it is intense. And you will figuratively lose your mind. Rethinking how we've been doing everything through the years.
Look, this goes on for a block.
Yes.
Today, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Collection has grown to an astonishing size.
About 64,000 objects.
Most of them stored in Landover, Maryland. But the National Park Service also loans out exhibits. There's one at the Smithsonian's Museum of American History. Another at the Jersey Explorer Children's Museum.
It's a karate belt. Who would leave it?
Gary Patnosh takes the items into New Jersey schools,
Could you read it for me, please?
where he says they have more personal impact than any history lesson.
Cosman, my father, I love you. You are my inspiration in all I do. Meet me in heaven, Renee. Next belt is black.
Next belt is black.
Blake Scotland even wrote this letter to a fallen soldier she didn't know.
That's Walker.
After seeing Walker Smith's picture.
There are years you never got to experience, people you never got to meet, and places you never got to go. From that one picture, I've learned something: to live every day to the fullest, to the best of my ability. What a great gift life really is. I'll keep your picture in my mind. Blake.
Making a history of a collection that numbers 64,000 items and growing by the moment.
OG 107 tropical combat boots.
Is a task that may never be fully completed.
Attached to the left boot, Republic of Vietnam campaign ribbon. This collection is really a social history. This collection is being written by the everyday person. And there's a name, Charles, which is abbreviated. The public is really curating this collection. The public is saying, I feel that this is important to me. Then on the left boot, we have RIP, rest in peace, with the Latin cross inscribed, and sentiments not forgotten.